we turn now to another contender for Christmas number one. Move Over Lad Baby, or Elton John and Ed Sheeran. This is The Portraits. They are Lorraine and Jeremy. They're from Wells in Somerset, and their version of Ed Sheeran's Photograph has just been listed by the official charts company as one of 13 contenders for Christmas number one. Lorraine and Jeremy, that must make you feel pretty good.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Sue. Thanks for having us on. It makes us feel amazing. Really, really, really good. It's such a moving project, and there are so many amazing people involved in the story of putting this song together. So it is the most amazing thing, yes.
Okay, so let's hear that moving story after we've heard a little bit of your version of Ed Sheeran's Photograph. This is The Portraits on BBC Radio Wiltshire.
Loving can hurt. Loving can hurt sometimes, but it's the only thing that I know. When it gets hard, you know it can get hard sometimes. It is the only thing that makes us feel alive. We keep this love in a photograph. We make these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, our hearts are never broken, time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped jeans, holding me closer till our eyes meet. You won't ever be alone.
Oh my goodness, it's quite hard to leave this. It's absolutely beautiful. That is The Portraits with their version of Ed Sheeran's Photograph. Lorraine and Jeremy have joined us on BBC Radio Wiltshire this lunchtime. So tell us, why did you decide to cover Photograph so beautifully?
I have to say, Jeremy and myself, after doing Together in Electric Dreams for a Christmas contender in support of Mind and Cruise last year, when he came back and said, I want to do Together in Electric Dreams as a Christmas version of orchestral, and I'm just looking at him thinking he's absolutely bonkers. So when he came and said, I want to do Ed Sheeran's Photograph this year, I thought, yeah, actually, I could see that much more than I could see Together in Electric Dreams. But he's done brilliantly. He's the arranger. He's the one that scores all of the instruments out, pulled in the Somerset County Youth Orchestra, asked my daughter again, now age 15, to be the lead vocal alongside me. And it just all came together with a team of beautiful people from the local community, the Skylarks. It all came so quickly together. And I don't know if you had a chance to see the video, but Marianne King, who is a local freelancer, film freelancer here, she has just done us proud. It's beautiful.
Wow. And your daughter, you mentioned, she's 15 now. She features on the track. You didn't give her a name check, though. What's her name?
So she's Kira, and she comes under her own Instagram, and she's a singer-songwriter in her own right, Kira Mill. She's beautiful.
She had well, of course she is. She's your daughter. She had COVID at the time, so that must have been quite tricky recording those beautiful vocals with COVID.
She really took it on board. She struggled with COVID quite a lot. I mean, she's just at that age where I think teenagers do start to suffer quite badly from it. And having done a song in tribute to people who were lost last year to COVID, and during the pandemic of other causes as well, we kind of, the moment Kira had it, she started to say, I really feel now some of the pain that other people have gone through with this horrendous disease. And actually, I feel spurred on now that we must do something. So she got in there, she got behind the mic, she was already in recovery, and she just said, I'm going for it. But there's a video somewhere of her taking the mask off before she sings it, because we were all masked up in our house, and it was quite an experience.
Our two children got COVID, and myself and Jeremy just managed to avoid it, ducking and disinfecting in the week that they had COVID. So it was challenging, but it was brilliant.
Works. It works. My son got COVID. I managed to avoid it as well, sharing bathrooms and their house. So yeah, but so this is a charity song, your cover of Photograph, The Portraits. Give your name check again, because it is a charity single, raising money, as you mentioned, for Mind and Cruise. Has Ed Sheeran?
I should say, just interrupt you, this year we're exclusively just supporting Cruise Bereavement Support, because they're a smaller charity. We've worked very close with them. They sent us a report on how much, in the figure, what amount of money, the help that they can get by donations, and they had convinced us this year that it was the right thing just to stay with the Yellow Hearts to Remember, which was the Facebook group who work with Cruise, and equally we said we'll work with both those groups this year.
So given that you are supporting a very, very worthwhile cause, has Ed Sheeran offered any support to you, or have you made contact with him?
Well, we're hoping after this, Sue, that you'll just pick up the phone and give him a quick call and say, come on, Ed.
Yeah, me and Ed, we're besties. Yeah. Well, I can't imagine that they're in competition for a number one as well, Elton John and Ed. Do you think you can make it? You can knock them out of contention? What do you think?
Well, we are very much the song of the people. The video features beautiful photographs of people that have sadly been taken by this pandemic or during the pandemic, and so there's an awful lot of people power. There's an awful lot of goodwill behind our song. We don't have a big sort of music industry budget, but it's
Well, my thought is, Sue, that Elton and Ed said this is for charity and jumped on with Lad Baby on their song saying this is for charity. Well, so is ours. Yeah. So let's make the top three contenders. We're all number ones. If he jumps onto our song, isn't that amazing? Wouldn't that be brilliant?
It would be amazing. Lorraine and Jeremy, thank you so much for talking to us this lunchtime on BBC Radio Wiltshire. They are the Portraits with their daughter Kira, have released a Christmas version of Ed Sheeran's Photograph, raising money for Cruise Bereavement Support. Can it make the Christmas number one? Will Ed jump on and support them? Watch this space.